Professional sports contracts are goddamn ridiculous. Whether you like sports or not, no reasonable person can say, I don't know what you're talking about. Pro athletes don't really make that much. They're all just scraping by. For example, this past week, Russell Wilson just signed a deal with the Seattle Seahawks that could net him as much as $87.6 million over the next 4 years. $87.6 million in 4 years. That's more money than most of us would see in about, well, 38.9 lifetimes, if we all made $50K a year for 45 years. Crazy, right? Even the shittiest player in the league gets a minimum of $435,000. Never mind that fight for 15 shit. I think people would kill for this kind of a minimum wage. While sports fans will debate whether a player is worth a certain amount of money due to his performance versus other athletes who may or may not make as much and may or may not perform as well, many non-sports fans will tell you that no human being is worth this at all. That athletes shouldn't make this kind of money. That it's ridiculous that these people are so rich for playing a game. And I was right there with them at one time. Here's the problem with that kind of thinking, though. It's just fucking stupid. Especially if you've ever bitched about Walmart or McDonald's not paying their employees enough. But we'll get to that shortly. Often, the argument comes up that athletes are just grown men playing a meaningless game. I've talked about this. I still believe that. However, people pay a shitload of money to watch those adults play that meaningless game. Companies throw a shitload of money at these teams because a shitload of people watch those adults play a meaningless game on TV. And they want those eyeballs soaking up ads for products while they watch a thing that they like because that'll make them want to buy those products. According to Forbes, the Seattle Seahawks made $288 million in 2014 because people pay to go to the stadium and they buy jerseys and they drink beers and eat hot dogs, and then there's all that ad revenue and everything else. People pay hundreds of dollars to watch the game live. If you want to talk about ridiculous, that's ridiculous. Spending $500 for an afternoon of watching people run around on some fake grass getting concussions and tearing their ACLs for the entertainment of a bunch of drunk dipshits. However, this is why they get paid so much. Because the alternative, which is what happened back in the good old days, is the owners made all the money and the players made sweet dick all, and ended up as vegetables by the time they were in their 30s because they didn't wear protective gear, but they couldn't afford to take care of themselves because they didn't have any money. So, is that what you want? For players to make what you make at your job, but for the team to still be worth $288 million a year? Because I'm sure the owners wouldn't mind that. And that is where that hypocrisy comes from. Because you're already pissed that Walmart and McDonald's do that. Rake in big bucks and pay their employees shit. It'd be the exact same thing, just on a different scale. Well, no, but why does the team have to make so much? If they lowered their ticket prices and charged a reasonable amount for merch and didn't make you pay $10 for a fucking beer at the stadium, they'd make less, and then the players would make less. Sure, great solution, but that's not gonna happen. Because it's already been settled that enough people will pay that money. A professional sports team isn't gonna say, well, people will spend $500 to sit in this great seat, but instead, we're gonna make it $50. And we'll make the nosebleeds $8, even though some schlub will spend $230 for them now. And they're not gonna say, you know what? We don't really need as much ad money. We'll stop running so many during the game. Because everyone's already showed that they'll tolerate it. The only way to stop it now is for everyone to boycott it. Not some people, not a few, not even most. All. And not just, well, I won't go to the stadium anymore, but I'll still watch it on TV. Nothing. It would have to be ignored entirely for any change to happen. Well, fine, but I mean, they should be at least getting paid less than a doctor. They're way more important. I agree that they're way more important. I think doctors should be paid millions. They provide a great service. But they aren't because they can't pack people into a stadium to watch them diagnose cancer or perform surgery or prescribe you antibiotics for your gonorrhea. Hell, people don't even want to pay to see a doctor one-on-one. I know I don't. So, that's why athletes get paid so much. Is it fair? No. But life's not fair. If you did something that millions of people wanted to watch you do, you'd get millions of dollars too. But you don't, so you won't.